Well, hello, great people. Welcome to Hair Metal Revolution, where we're taking the music back and giving it the respect that it deserves. Today, I guess you could say we're doing a top five of songs that represent movies from the 80s. You know, these songs being represented by punk, hard rock, glam rock, whatever you want to call it. It's all rock and roll. And these are songs that when you think of this movie, you think of that song. I mean, it's powerful, It's powerful. The song and the movie, it actually goes together. So we're going to break this down and we're going to have fun and we're going to get right into it. So guys, let's get into it. Let's go to number 5. I am talking about one of the great punk legends of all time bands. I'm talking about the Ramones. The Ramones. If you don't remember this, they did a Stephen King movie called Pet Cemetery, and they wrote a song for it, Pet Cemetery. I mean, it's a beautiful, awesome song. I love the song Pet Cemetery. So guess what? If you never heard it, this is your lucky day. Let's take a little taste of it.
Under the October with the steamboats, ancient goblins and wallows come at the grand light making a sound. The smell of death is all around, and at night when the cold wind blows, no one cares, nobody knows. I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life again.
Yeah, I know some people like, shouldn't we all hair metal? Guys, we love all music. We give all the music respect. And what? Ramones got hair, right? They got long hair. They're hair metal. They're glam metal. It doesn't matter. A lot of your glam metal, hair metal bands you think of, a lot of their influence come from bands like the Ramones. Showing them that you can just hit the guitar, hit the chord, and just have fun, racing good lyrics. So, guys, that was my number 5, Ramones Pet Cemetery. Guys, it's time for number 4. All right. One of the most underrated horror movies from the 80s. I'm talking about the 1986 Trick or Treat, right? Where Sammy Kerr comes back from the dead to take its revenge of all the people who treated him wrong and treated Ragman wrong. The movie Trick or Treat has such a meaning to me because a lot of us have gone through that where you were judged because of the music that you listen to. Growing up in Kerman, California, outside of Fresno, you were judged. They would call you metalhead. It took like 87, 88, 89 where it crossed over where the people that were making fun of you, now they were wearing the shirts. But before that, they weren't. So if you've never seen the 1986 Trick or Treat, and the reason I keep saying 1986 because there is another Trick or Treat, and it's not this. Gene Simmons got a small part, and Ozzy Osbourne's got a small part as a priest or a minister, whatever he is. You guys will love it. So if you never heard this song, it's a song by Fastway. They did a whole soundtrack for the movie Trick or Treat. It's a fantastic soundtrack. You gotta listen to it. But this is their song called Trick or Treat. Oh, wrong song. I'm bad. Here we go. Guys, if you haven't seen this movie, you got to see it. See right there, that's Gene Simmons. They wanted Gene Simmons to actually play the Sammy Kerr part, but he said, "No, I'm going to play the DJ in it." You got to respect that. You know, they want him to do a part. He said, "No, I like this part." And Sammy Kerr, person who played that, I can't remember, but he was a dancer in one of those golden dancing shows from the '80s. I forgot the name of it. So, but the movie's really great. If you haven't checked out Trick or Treat, please watch it because if you grew up in the '80s, you know what it feels like being made fun of. So, well, beyond that, guys, we're getting closer to number one. We're going to number three. The band that I'm talking about was a band that some reason they always been the opener. They never made it to the point where they were headlining arenas. They were always the opening act. And I'm talking about the band Dokken. Well, they made a song for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 called Warriors. Dream Warriors. Apologize. It's a great song. And I thought that was going to be the song that's going to put them to arena level, but it never happened. It's one of those things that it's hard to understand. Dokken has a lot of great songs. One day we got to do a top 5 Dokken songs. We will one day. But this is Dokken Dream Warriors for the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. How dark it is. George Lynn. Oh, dog. Got it. Dawkins, it's so weird that they never made it to that level where they were in charge. They were doing arenas. I thought that was going to be the song that does it. You wonder if Don Dokken and George Lynch would actually like each other. Would have made it? That's a hard question. But Dokken is a great band. If you guys don't know Dokken, you got to listen to it because Dokken is a great band. But we got 2 more left, people. We got 2 more left. All right, are you ready for number 2? Now, this movie wasn't made in the 80s, but it's a movie called Rockstar, starring Mark Wahlberg. It's about, he's a cover band. And, well, his band that he loved called Steel Dragon, they went to fire their singer. And they need a new singer, and Mark Wahlberg comes in a whole new world of what hair metal meant, what it was like being a rock star. So in the movie, a lot of the singing was from a band called Steel Heart. And they did a song called We All Die Young. Now, in the movie, the band's called Steel Dragon. Steel Dragon, Steel Heart. I know, it sounds the same. But the song kicks ass. I guarantee you guys will love We All Die Young. Here, let's take a little sample of this. And this is number 2. Really slow.
soul, taste my land for my rain. Spend my time lost in space. Am I
You're the power to Now, again, this movie wasn't made in the 80s, but the movie was about the 80s. And guys, trust me, it's a fun movie. Check it out. That was my number 2. And this next one is probably going to shock you, but are you ready for number 1? Got to do a little drum roll. All right. This might shock you. Number 1 is from a movie, Friday the 13th, Part 6. When they decided that they're going to bring Jason back from the dead, they said, we're going to go all in. We're going to have electricity, struck Jason. We're going to go all out. We're in on this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Who's the perfect song for us to see this creation of bringing Jason back from the dead? Well, I'm talking about Alice Cooper. He's back, the man behind the mask. It was a perfect song, perfect artist, perfect way to bring back Jason from the grave. There we go. Let's listen to a little bit of it. If you never heard this one before, where you been? Please, come on. Love that sound. Love that.
You're with your baby, and you're parked alone on a summer night. You're deep in love, but you're deeper in the woods. You think you're doing alright. Did you hear that voice? Did you see that face? Or was it just a dream? This can't be real, that only happens, babe, on the movie screen. Oh, but he's back. He's the man behind the mask, and he's out of control. He's back. The man behind the mask, and he
I love that verse. I just love that verse. That's my second favorite Friday the 13th movie. Friday the 13th Part 2 is my number 1 favorite. And Friday the 13th Part 6 is my number 2. And then the very first Friday the 13th that Jason's not the killer, the mama is number 3. Well, guys, that are my top 5. Any one of these could be shuffled around. But do you like my top 5? Do you not like it? What is your top 5? So when you get a chance, please put it in the comments. Let me know what your top 5 is. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because this is the best hair metal channel you're ever gonna see. Hair metal revolution, where we're taking the music back and we're giving the respect that he deserves. All right, I'll see you next time when we do our next top 5.
Well, mate, do you want the gig then?